Good morning, traders. This is Aids at Zeros. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me? Hello, traders. Good morning, traders. This is at Zeros. How you guys doing today? Hello, Lewis. All right. All right. Today is Friday, so we're gonna take it as a Friday. Friday is kind of a bit tough. Today it seems like a market is turning red, and we quickly gonna discuss a lot of things are happening in the market today. So market is a bit red today. Amazon is red, and we know yesterday Facebook was red, and it seems that there's something going on in the market, but people might not know what is going on. And if we let's quickly check how SPY look like now. Let's look at the SPY daily. If you look at the SPY daily, it's still chopping around between this area, but seems that there might be a tough to stay on. Maybe there could be a reverse. On the weekly, it's still a very bullish. Um, not much movement, but underlying the big companies have a big red days are coming. So we have seen yesterday the Facebook, Apple before, and now Amazon. So if we look at again Amazon, you will see here, look at this Amazon daily. It's really gapped down from 3,600 to 3,000, almost 7%, which is $252. Hi, Andre. Hi, Virgin. Thank you very much. Yeah, please do. I would do appreciate give a thumbs up. And today is lots going on in the market, and market is might gonna be easier to play or maybe tough to play. There are so many confusion, so many things are happening. So let's start with SPY, and we already checked that. Now look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq seems weak as we see that the Amazon is coming down on the weekly basis. They're still holding those bull flag. There's 360 going to be a key level for the Nasdaq, and for SPY, the key level would be 436. That whether it comes down and make the new low under 435 or is just going to hold that level. So it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen. Now, let's look at the uh, one by one the gappers. And there are many gappers, but the gappers are big gappers, 10%, 15%. And these kind of a gappers are sometimes very tough to trade because most of the moves have already been done, right? So, but we're going to look at it to see how we're going to trade. Let's go one by one. Okay, so first of all, if you've seen lately, the Chinese stocks were coming back up from the bottom. Now it's touched again. It's quick bounce. If you just look at the JD, you will notice that on the daily, if you look at JD, came down sharply moved back up, rejected yesterday. Now is they trying to make this is going to be a key level. If is they gonna break the 69, then whether they want to continue the downward trend or they're going to move back up. So this is they are on a very important area. So unless the direction will be clear, we can't tell that which direction the stock gonna go. If we look at the 15 minutes, right now it is 3% down. Yesterday they were weak on the first half and then move back up sharply. Today, they're weak in the pre-market. So right now, if you look at it, the stock is in the range of the top of the 2 days before range. So 2 days before the high was over 69, and right now it is holding this level. So this is going to be a very crucial level, that whether the stock hold the 69 and hold this support which is created on 68.77, or is just fall, right? That is going to be a very, very important to see, and we will going to see, and then we will going to trade accordingly. At this point, we don't know which direction we need to trade, because the stock may need to take direction. All right, so next one we have is pins. Is, I think, is earning news, and is a 19% down. Look at the how sharply came down, found a support around 56.50. Now trying to move back up on 15 minutes. Let's look at the 5 minutes to have a more closer look. And still holding over the VWAP. Now if you look at the daily, last time when was trading on this price is basically in May. And when May it came down, sharply moved back up to 82. So this is a very buy zone or value zone for a lot of investors to buy around this area. Multiple time buying happened. One time, two, three, four. This is a very important area for stock, for pins. So now we need to see that whether it hold that level 57 to 53, or is just yeah, sell off, and there is no pushback. So we need to see now. Right now, very weak, below the yesterday aftermarket hours, okay, and above the pre-market. So range is between, right now, is 57 to 56.50, and the higher range is around 59 to 56.50. So we need to see that where the stock trade in this uh, you know uh, uh, in the direction. So let's clean this, and then let's put it those stocks as well. So let's move the BXX. So first one we saw JD, and now we are looking at it pins. Um, and all other Chinese stocks are also coming down. So if you like PDD, if you look at the PDD today, is they are 4% down, much more weaker than the JD. And yeah, look at the see they yesterday they came down, but they are much more weaker than the JD. That's I can see that here. So definitely we need to keep an eye on the PDD as well. That's what it does. But if you look at again the 15 minutes, you will see a similar structure, that this right now the PDD holds um, uh, 3 days um, before pre-market level right now. So this holds the pre-market level, which we need to mark at 86 level, and the next resistance what we have here on 89. So it's a $3 range here. And if we quickly check the Billy is also down almost 6%, which is much more red. And similarly, like the BDD, Billy is also holding right now on the pre-market of the last 3 days. So definitely the next support is this and this. The resistance is this and this. So we'll see that what does it happen. And yeah, the Chinese stocks are definitely a very weak ones. Among the outside the Chinese, we have this Billy and we have a Sawa. Sawa is basically, I think they have some results came out from their Alzheimer treatment, and that resulted into a big loss. So now, if you remember, it was on $5 on 2021, and then moved to $145. So now the question is that whether it's going to come back down, I don't know. And but if I don't know even that there is any other treatments of this company, or it's just this company. But what we have seen here, if you go back to CCIV, I think it's CCIV or CCVS, the pharma. C I forgot. There was a one another pharmaceutical which a few days ago it was down 20, 30, more than 40%, and 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 it's just move up on the day when it bought back. Let's check LVS. LVS we have traded last week, and yeah, another gap down on the LVS, another gap down on the LVS. Right now on LVS, the volume is not too much, but it is clearly on the support area around 42. Yeah. So QFIN, Becky, these are all Chinese stocks and they're really weak. Okay. Look at this. These are all very weak. So uh, if the Chinese stocks pull back, these stocks is also going to pull back. But if they continue down, these companies are weaker than other companies. So if I look back again on my scanner and before we move on, uh, you know, to discuss about the other stocks, I just wanted to share you one thing. I'm trying to look for the information, and sometimes it's hard to find. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna find that. Uh, All right, before we move on, if you guys want to join the live mentoring sessions, you can join. It's just on a commercial break to see if you want to join me on a live mentoring on a Skype. You can trade with me. We can discuss. We can have you can ask the questions. You can trade with me, and I'm gonna guide you throughout the process. So it's gonna be very interesting, and it's only for 5 days or for 24.99 if you guys want to join. And also, we have a workshop scheduled on how to use Finviz. I identify all my stocks using a Finviz scanners. And if you wanted to learn, there's a workshop scheduled. Is only 15.99 if you want to if you want to come and join us on August 7th. Then feel free to come and join us on August 7th, and definitely gonna learn is only 15.99. Now let's look back at other stock. So other than Baba, Biki, all Chinese stock and Amazon, there's one which we can also use it, which was very active few days, which is the Tiger. So if they, let me just remove this and we'll see here. So Tiger is also Chinese, but if you look at it, they drop much than the other stocks. So if they're gonna come and break this support around 1460, that could be an interesting drop for this stock. Okay, and right now it is under 200 moving average, so that is really nice for us. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on that and see as well. So all red today. I think that is very interesting that after so many days, you see so many red. But again, I'm going to remind you, is Friday. Uh, Market is red, stocks are red. We need to be very carefully play these today. And I'm looking at some other stocks which are green but not with the volume, only 10,000, 20,000 volume, which are not our way of not our way of trading. We need something more concrete. We need something more with the volume. And yeah, over to you guys. Do you guys have any other stock which you want me to look at it? Hi Bridget and hi David. So Hood is a Robin Hood IPO, and thank you for reminding me. So I'm gonna keep Robinhood into my listing today. Yesterday it was very active. Today still people were watching that, and we can see uh, uh, red to green move on this stock because a lot of people are interested on it. So I'm gonna put Hood as well. And also one thing you thank you is just click me one more thing. So look at the Uber. So Uber yesterday was gapping down, and uh, you know, around this level, which is around 45. Let me just, not sorry, 44. It was on 44, but there was a lot of buying pressure on the 44, and the stock moved back all the way up to 45.20. It couldn't break this 44. Today, again, it is gapping down, but not by much, only 1%, but is again teetering around at the same level. So, what my strategy would be if I wanted to trade, I'm gonna watch this and I'm going to show you something when I was saying that why it couldn't break. I want to show you the 1 minute. I was watching it to see that if it's going to break, I'm going to go short. But look at this, what happened when the market opens for the Uber. And that could be an important learning lesson. So look at this. This is the market opens, and then look at almost 7 8 minutes. It was just touch the 44, move back up. Touch the 44, move back up. And what I'm saying that again today it is around that level, which is 44.20, and if it's break this down, could be an interesting breakdown which couldn't happen yesterday, it might can happen today. And we can keep this stock on a listing, and it could also possible that it go back down and move back up again, so we can be ready for both side. I'm going to put both the stocks. All right, guys, so any other stocks you have? So car, let me check the car, Andre, for you. CARR. Let's look at the daily. Right now is 0.11% up, and yesterday it made a really good move. I think we missed it. It's a bull flag and very nice move yesterday. Uh, in the morning, little choppy on the 5 minutes, and then it moved back up. But it's hard to trade. Look at this, move back up, sharply come down. So these stocks which do not have a clear direction, 1 5 minute up, 1 5 minute down, it is going to be very hard for you to manage your risk on intraday level. You need a trending stock. If stock moves up in a little direction, and you can get the partial out of it, and if it comes down, it's come in the direction. But if the stock is like this, move up and down, bounce around on the same levels, it will be hard for you to make money. So for instance, if you go long here, you want to take a partial, the moment it touched, it's quickly drop off almost all of your gain. You're gonna little you know f- it's gonna be a little stressful for you to manage. And the next time it's gonna go up, you quickly take the partial. Once you take the partial, this time you're gonna miss the move. So these stocks which are like that, we don't know as a trader, but these stocks sometimes trigger an emotional disbalance, and which may lead us to make more mistakes. So avoid those stocks which you think that it may have a potential to frustrate you. So guys, any other stock you guys wanted to look at it? If not, then it's a Friday. Wait for the trades. Lot of gappers just now. If you look at the pins now, I will show you the pins. It is moving up, right? So a lot of gappers, but very big percentage gapper. These Chinese stocks are in the congested area. We don't know whether it's going to move back up or it's going to continue coming down, to be very honest, because the way it has been moved from last few days, that the direct, though they are all gap and go, but I don't know whether they're going to continue the down or they quickly bought back. And Futo is also a Chinese, fintech. So if you look at it's nothing different than the JD or we have discussed. Came down, moved back up. Yesterday came down. It seems that the Futo is much more weaker than the other stock because this Futo has lost all the gain it gained. Other stocks do not have yet lost all the gain. They are still holding the pre-market level of the uh, 2 days ago. So Futo seems really weak, but this Futo is on 100 level, and look at it, how many times when it touched the 100, it sharply moved up, in a few days just to touch to 200. You can count the days. These are days, and it could be very weird level it is right now, that the you short it and you just get squeezed. Look at this, the squeeze here is touched this 92, and if you go back and look at the day, you will be surprised that in no minute it moved few dollars. And this stock has a potential to do that, that it can move up. That's why I only like to trade these kind of stocks on a very special situation where you have a edge on it. When they are on a itchy side, uh, it's gonna be. So how long do I wait for the first trade? Depending on the situation, you know, if I have a pre-market level set and I see this thing coming, I usually jump on first or second minute. But on all other situation, I try to wait first 5-10 minutes to make sure that I get the right direction. I get my edge. I know the direction. I can predict uh, stock movement, and if I have that edge, then I jump in. Just like today, to, I do not have any edge, to be very honest. Though these a lot of stocks are gapping down too big, but it's hard to predict the movement, because when the stocks are just like, if you look at the pins, I was just saying a few minutes ago, look at this, how strongly it is moving right now. So after 7 o'clock, this stock is just uptrending. So, you know, do I know whether it's going to come down? Maybe it's going to give us a pullback, but we need to wait for the right moment to predict that pullback. Because what if it's just an initial bad reaction and it's just stay, above, uh, or maybe this one is just a short covering, right? This is just a short covering, and the moment market opens, they again dump it. So you need to wait. You need to wait to see a right setup for your edge. Uh, Unless you cannot predict the direction of the stock, it will be hard for you to trade. All right, guys. So let's take it easy. It's Friday, and we have a lot of opportunities. We will get a lot of opportunities, but we just need to wait and see. Okay. And there is also continuation play. Facebook from yesterday is coming down. If you don't find anything, if you think that today's gappers are very volatile, always go back of the yesterday gappers, because yesterday gappers are still give you a continuation move. Just like I identified the Uber, Facebook, PayPal, Qcom, these are all the yesterday. Qcom was very strong yesterday, so if market is right today, but if the market continues moving up, no, not all institutions have bought it yesterday. They might need to buy more QCOM, so we might see another upside momentum. So if you think that today is too volatile in earnings season, you always go back the yesterday gappers, and you can find something around that as well, which is much easier to predict for you. All right, guys. If I do some good trades, I'm going to do a recap. If you want to join my live mentoring, you can join. It's only $24.99 for the 5 days. And if you want to join how to identify the stocks using Finviz, it's only $15.99. And the workshop is scheduled on August 10th. Piton is weak. Okay, let's look at the last one before we leave. Uh, Louis is talking about Piton. Let's look at the daily level. So yes, so now see, wait, this is very interesting. So see here, yes, you can say it's 2.3% down, but now look at it. It was a 78, it uptrend, it moved over 130. Right now, right now it is on the higher end and is uptrending, and below this is just a 50 moving average. So would you consider a week? I wouldn't say it's a week. It's just a pullback. It is also possible that it touched this and move back up, right? But but you look at it, the supports here. So it's kind of a just kind of a small pullback too. So we need to be careful when these strong momentum stocks touching the 50 moving average on the uptrend, right? On eh, it downtrend came down, broke the previous level on the 128, and now from 128 to 115 is just a pullback. So now it's going to continue coming down. It can come down because market is weak today, right? Well, market is weak today, and Piton can come down too. But is a strong support on the 150 moving average. Lot of investors buy and take the partials on the 200 moving averages and buy back on on the 50 moving averages. So we need to be careful how other investors use these indicators for buy and sell. And definitely right now is 2.2%, very low volume. Piton usually is a low volume, but if we if and close to the pre-market low, so if we're gonna get some kind of a momentum here, if some kind of nice pattern, we definitely can trade at it on the short side, and we can keep this into our list as well because market is weak as well today. All right, guys, see you on Monday.